Here in Luxembourg, in the middle of the forest, we've got a 2-day workshop for a global team from the EMEA region, Europe, Middle East, Africa. I love to work with international groups. It's always fun. We've got a great mix, different colors, diversity. It's great. This week's video log, which fits quite nicely, is about leading virtual teams. What are the challenges and what might be a big help to you in your role if you are a leader of a global team? Challenges. Well, first of all, you've got the normal challenges that are in any team: egos, hidden talent, hidden agendas, miscommunication, misalignment. And the first distinction that I want to make is whenever a team is scattered around the globe, those challenges magnify, they become larger. So you need to take much more care about anything that is already slightly disruptive in a local team. Beware, if it's a global team, it gets more tricky. Then you've got the local circumstances, totally different cultures, sometimes contrary cultures, a great variation of communication style, rules and regulations in each country, time zones, bank holidays, a lot of travel distraints on the team players. So they come on top. Chances also are, if you are leading a virtual team, the stakes are quite high. Maybe you're under close watch from the board because it's a very important project that you lead and the pressure is on. We've worked with some teams in fascinating scenarios. For instance, they built a plant successfully here in Europe. They needed to rebuild the same plant in less time with less costs in Asia, which is a challenge. Introduction of IT projects on a global scale, which can be very tricky. There's other scenarios that we described in our blog posts in which typical circumstances we work with global teams. So what can you do to be a better leader of your virtual team? In my opinion, there's one magical word, and it is called agreement. Agreement, agreement, agreement. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are in full agreement about the objectives, the goals, the outcomes, what do we want to achieve? What do we have to achieve? How will it be measured? What are the milestones down the way? What has to be the outcome? Agreement on goals, objectives, outcome. Also on a strategy, how to get there. Second agreement, roles and responsibilities. What is each team player's role exactly? What is their responsibilities and what not? Where are the borders between the team players? Your responsibility, my responsibility. Thirdly, decision maker processes. Which decisions can the individuals make there and then? Autonomous, on their own. Which decisions have to be made at least in a consultant approach where 2 or 3 people are pulled in from the team that have the highest stake, so it's a joint decision. Which decisions have to be made into a consensus where the entire group agrees. If those 3 areas are clear, really agreed, fixed in writing, protocol style, then you made a huge leap forward. A lot of teams out there don't have that in place. And then the problems start. And as a final hint for today, I only want to make it short, agreement is not always agreement. People agree, they nod, and then they think, well, I've got some other ideas because it depends on my outcomes, my bonuses, I need to tweak that a little bit. Agreement in a global team needs to be no exception to the rule. We have agreed, you stick to the agreement. And that has to be clearly communicated up front. Because people are not, you don't have access to your people. If they don't stick to the agreements, it takes time for you even to find out. And by that time, miscommunication and the following resentments are already underway. So agreement is key. I hope that helped a little bit. Stay tuned in, read our blog posts, look our video logs, watch our video logs, and by all means get in touch. We would be great if we can help you. Take care. Bye-bye.